Hey guys, it's RebelQueen! Now, yesterday, episode 5 for the latest Kamen Rider Geats, aired, and I've got your so far review for it. Okay, now, kind of like I said when I did the final review for Kamen Rider Revised, when I got from the information that I could find for it, for this series, and just the info that we were kind of getting for it before it actually started, I said it kind of reminded me of X8 and Gaim just from the information we had gotten for it. I'm still sticking with that. Basically, the premise of the series is basically they have this Desire Grand Prix, and you go through it, and if you are pretty much the winner of it, you basically get to reshape the world however you want. So basically they choose a bunch of people and they go, oh, you have the qualifications to be a Kamen Rider. And they're like, and they kind of go into more explanation in the second episode, because the first episode is basically introducing us to our two main Kamen Riders, and then who have the most experience in this whole deal, and then the next episode is like recruiting the newbies. And then they go to explain, like, our world is being invaded by forgive me if I get this pronounces wrong, Jamato. That's the bad guys for this. Probably more on this later and as the series progresses. Now, like I said, this is pretty much a combination of X8 and Gaim. X8 for the whole video game aspect, because every time the Jamato show up, it's kind of like this whole game reference, like, oh, it's going to be a treasure hunt. Oh, it's zombie shooter, basically. Or kind of like in this latest episode, episodes, because as it cut off, it was like to be continued, basically. It's a game of cards called pairs, or basically you need to match up stuff to the same thing. So, but yeah. So, and then the Gaim aspect, like I kind of was filling you guys in when I was like, oh, just from the information we're getting from this, why it's reminding me of these two. Even though the Kamen Riders and Gaim didn't know they were in a competition and that this was the prize, basically that if they got that fruit of evolution, they could create their own little world. And then, of course, Kamen Rider Gaim, he won, and him and the girl were able to create this whole little Eden, basically, on a new planet, new world, etc. Now, we've seen now kind of going through the whole Kamen Rider franchise, we've seen a whole lot of different Kamen Rider motifs. Early on in the series, predominantly insect-based, but as the franchise has kind of continued, they've kind of branched out. But our main Kamen Rider Geats, for the first time, we've actually got a fox-based Kamen Rider. And based on the fact that, depending on, since they've gone with this whole game theme, if he has the right item to give him some weapons and stuff, his armor actually kind of has like a Magatama look to it. So now in Japan, they've got like two different versions of fox characters. They have divine foxes, which serve the fox deity Inari, and then they have demon foxes, who cause trouble and stuff. Now, based on the fact that his, like I said, depending on, like, what he's got giving him, like, armor and stuff, he has Magatama depicted on it. And the fact that he's supposed to be a hero, I'm going with the fact he's based more on, of course, that and his coloring is, like, white with red highlights, and that's generally how they depict the good foxes in a lot of Japanese folklore. I'm going more Divine Fox. But, so this should be pretty interesting, kind of going forward into the series, because like I said, so far it's got more of an X8 and Gaim feel with the whole video game and tournament feel to, if you win, you can reshape the world as you kind of want it. Because, I mean, in that first episode, our main Kamen Rider, he was Geats, he was the one who won, and he was able to kind of reshape things. And going into the second episode, he's like, oh, I'm just going to keep winning and seeing, like, how I can kind of twist the system. Like, how I can kind of word my desires to get things done. But at the same time, you kind of almost think like, oh, he's a narcissistic he's a narcissistic asshole. But then, kind of as things progress, you kind of see, well, he's got a hidden side to him and stuff. Because it's like he literally played this one character who got this apparently high-end item. And got him to give it to him to beat the boss character for that game level. And as a gamer knows, it's like one of those one-use items, but it's a high-end item. And it's like, God dang it. But at the same time, he then turned around afterwards and helped this one character who he was in the game to hopefully be able to heal his son. But he got killed off. Because that's the thing, like, if their rules are, like, if you're a Kamen Rider and you pretty much get, well, that's that. There is a possibility, like, if the person who wins could possibly use their wish to hopefully help you, but they haven't really brought much more of that up yet. But then he turned around and actually paid for that guy's kid's surgery. So it's like, there are hidden facets of him. In fact, kind of like as we've kind of seen in these first 5 episodes, apparently a lot of the reason he's doing this is like, apparently he's trying to find somebody. Or at least that's kind of what they've alluded to. We're just going to have to kind of wait and see like how everything kind of pans out in the rest of this series. Because, I mean, this is only like the first 5 episodes. And, like, he's got, like, this extreme rivalry, got tongue-tied there, rivalry going on with the other senior Kamen Rider Bufa. Like, the guy, for some reason, does not like him. And it's kind of like, okay. Though, it kind of got explained a little bit, kind of going into this series of episodes. It looks like a friend of this guy was in a previous Divine Grand Prix tournament, and kind of like the guy I was just talking about, he didn't make it, and our Kamen Rider Geats character Ukyo Ace, well, he might have been a part of that. Not saying he did him in, because apparently that's one of the rules in their tournament. You can't attack a fellow player because that deducts your points. But yeah. I mean, so far it has been good. I mean, just going 5 episodes in, but it's like, and we're kind of like seeing how like some of the characters are, but at the same time, I didn't mention it, but apparently one of their things is like, oh, at the end of each round, the person with the lowest amount of points, they apparently lose their qualifications as a Kamen Rider and get booted out. Luckily, they're not killed, but it's like they get eliminated. So it's like it'll be interesting to see how this kind of progresses throughout the series. Because it's like kind of like with the Revised. I mean, like I said, that was reminding me of Den-O with Kuga, because of the contracts with the demons, and then the whole oh god. Oh. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart here on the part with Kuga. Well, anyway, the part with Kuga, the one word with Kuga, because of the part where they were having to dig the stuff up that got the... But anyway, it's like I said, but then we got that kind of Kiva reveal in the middle of the series, where it's like, oh, because they did that stuff, that got the gift coffin, and they were able to technically have living gift descendants in our Kamen Riders because of all that stuff. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe later on in the series, with that, depending on how all things work out, we might have more stuff kind of like pop up on us. But it's like, so far, just 5 episodes in with the kind of twiddling about with the whole stuff, who knows? That, and kind of like, it's kind of like doing some game stuff where it's like, oh, while they're sitting in this little lounge area in between like certain events with the Jamoto. Again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. It's like, depending on like their performance during the game stuff, they earn desire money, and while they can't buy power-ups, they can buy like, oh, little accessories to make their to like shirts and other such stuff, you know, like standard stuff you would see in a video game. So it's like okay. Again, like, but again, so far it just like 5 episodes in, we're seeing like a lot of little things. So it'll be interesting to see how it progresses. So, I mean, because I can't really give it a so far rating, because there really hasn't been too much to really give it a so far rating, because it's like they had the one big battle that kind of introduced everything, then the introductory battle, and then the next few episodes were kind of like, oh, we're like, we start this, we have to go in, we have to complete it in the next episode, etc., etc. Which kind of really doesn't give you a whole lot to go, let me give you a whole lot to go. But it's like, so far it has been good. So it's like I said, I'm kind of interested. I'm really interested to see how it progresses. And because, if anything, with the fact that they really are kind of like, at least from what I see, they're like really heavily doing the whole game theme in this. It kind of makes you wonder, like, what all game elements are they going to bring in? Because like I said, they did the whole treasure hunt, which that's like one of the oldest game things. Like, oh, you drop a bunch of players into a random area and have them go, oh, there are loot boxes all around. You have to find them in order to get items to do stuff. And then like I said, the next one was a zombie situation, which, again, zombie games have pretty much been on the rise. And now it's a card game situation, so I'm kind of going, as long as they don't, if they keep going on this track, what all game situations are they going to bring in? Like, is it going to stick to like classic stuff? Or are they going to bring in like some of the new stuff too? Because like even in the first episode, it was kind of like it was a kind of a battlefield thing where it's like, oh, you have the troops, and then in comes like and then mobile fortress that is basically like, if you can take it down, you win. or you at least get bonus, like big time bonus points. So like I said, it'll be interesting to see how this progresses. Okay, obviously Albion is still doing his streams on his Twitch channel, so if you want to watch, go ahead. He's pay attention to Twitter. He's really been doing stuff, taking to that to say when he's going to stream, because he's been kind of doing a lot of daily streams, like not even doing nighttime stuff. So it's like, keep an eye on that for like that. And I know we're again, just be careful about COVID stuff, because that's like, I know things have been kind of quiet lately, but you never know. We're fixing to go into fall, so hopefully lower temperatures, depending on where you live. I know us here in Texas are kind of going, oh, thank God, finally this heat will end. But anyway, that's about it, guys. I will see you for the next review. Unfortunately, no more Disney Plus, so I won't be able to give you guys a She-Hulk review. So, not unless I start paying for a subscription, because but that's a different story. So anyway, I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and this is RebelQueen out of here. Bye.